that they're quite stationary.
Hey, welcome back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. I'm Gene, and Linda is here with us today doing our trash talk.
We're trying to figure out what kind of trash do we want to talk about. I mean, if we want to talk about literal trash, there's a lot out there that really you need to still take responsibility and pick it up. I mean, that's the best way you can say it, because if your yard looks like crap, all the cutesy stuff and decorations you put up are not going to make it look any better.
Yeah.
You really have to do a little bit of cleanup. I don't think the weeds are going to continue very fast or at all.
We've had a freeze.
Yes, so I think it's safe. You can go out there now, knock them down, mow them, whatever you have to do, and I think you're going to be good for the winter. Do your weed eating. Mow your yard for one last time. Spruce up. Make it look good. Now we get to deal with leaves.
Do your pre-emergent...
Yes. Weed stuff.
Weed stuff, yes. I was going to say insecticide, but that doesn't make any sense.
Pre-emergent, so the eggs won't hatch. Yeah. No, kill those suckers so they won't come back.
Yeah. No, this is the time to do that, and...
that's what you see, all the blue on the lawns around. People, I saw... Okay, I can't think of their name. It's a yard company spraying the other day, but there's blue yards all over town. All that is food coloring in the spray that they're putting on, and that food coloring allows them to see where they have already sprayed. So
okay, that's
and
kind of like...
if you have a white dog and then there's moisture, it's real fun because then your white dog has blue legs.
Well, and it's kind of like the rotten egg smell they put in the gas that's in your house.
Yeah, so you know that
there's a gas
you have
leak.
a problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they put the rotten egg smell in there. That's not a natural part of that
this
deal.
is just where they spray. Sometimes it's the fertilizer they put on, but now it's pre-emergent, and there could be a winter fertilizer in it too because that happens.
Yeah.
But they just want to know where they've sprayed so it's not too much in one area or they don't miss a spot.
Yeah.
So
what I don't see so much anymore, when we first moved here, we saw a lot more luminarias put out in people's yards, and I don't see that too much anymore.
Well, now you can at least buy the plastic.
Oh, yeah.
The ones
that's
that
what we
look
have.
like paper sacks.
Yeah.
So there's no danger of fire because it is a light bulb. And now people that do them also use the little votive battery candles. But joke or whatever, it says that only in New Mexico do people think a paper sack filled with sand is a Christmas decoration.
Well, it is.
But it's fabulous.
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing better than to see a whole area with Illuminatias at Christmas.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
But we just don't see too much of that anymore.
No.
And I really can't put them on the... Because we have a parapet wall, and I think they'd look nice on the wall here. But we've got the pigeon spikes up there, so that's not going to... Not going to happen.
Won't work.
Because I'd rather have the pigeon spikes to keep the pigeons away than to say, once a year we're going to put out luminarias.
Yeah.
But you don't see too much of those anymore. You do see the big white lights. A lot of people putting up the white lights, and they're decorating their roof lines and fence lines and everything with the white lights, and so you see a lot of that.
A friend of mine lives over in Cruces, not far from the plaza in Artesia. And she said last year she went driving around and the plaza was lit. And she said, of course, the church and everywhere, with Illuminatias. And she said, it was so beautiful over there. So there are areas that if you want to get out and drive around, it's a big deal. Go get you some hot chocolate or make it at home or whatever you have to do. Drive around. Put in some Christmas music in your vehicle, take the kids, and look at Christmas lights. It can turn into a tradition.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun just because.
That's right. And somebody always gets super technical and does the choreographed light show to whatever the popular music is for the for that particular season. And so it's always fine to find who's doing that this year.
Well, isn't it the Great Light Fight or whatever the name of it is on television? The Great Christmas Light Fight or something where they give, $50,000 and a trophy that looks like a big giant light bulb, Christmas light bulb. But those people in those towns, oh my God, they ought to get gold engraved cars from the electric company.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Bazillions and bazillions, literally, of lights and decorations. And some of them have been doing them for years and years and years, like their grandparents started this nonsense. Where they store it all?
Yeah.
I have no idea. But they have to start maybe in August or something, or September, setting it all up, because sometimes I'll watch it just to see what they've done, and of course it's kind of neat for the kids to the ooh and ah. I remember when a friend of mine lived in Abilene, she worked for Child, the same friend that's living in Cruces now, but there was a street that did a lot of decorating, and this one particular house had kind of a circle drive in front of it, and their huge giant picture window was, I don't know if they moved everything out of that room, but they set it all up with dolls and toys and everything, and so the little kids would just ooh and ah.
Yeah.
And then they had a sled out there, a big old-fashioned sled, and it was a photo op, and of course it was so much to get your picture made, and that was their fundraiser.
Sure, pay for the light bill.
No, I meant Child's.
Oh, okay,
fundraiser.
okay.
The people allowed them to use their yard for this.
Got it.
But yeah, people would be lined up, way down the street just to drive by or come have their picture made with Santa in the sled. In fact, I still have mine, and I'm holding her weenie dog, up in there in the sled. But.
Well, do you remember?
It's a tradition thing.
It is. Do you remember? And it's been a long time. But do you remember the Griswold Awards here in Artesia? Were you here when the Griswold Awards took place?
Because I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, the Griswold Awards was Richard Price, and whoever wanted to challenge him to out decorating him, and he always won. Never lost. Although, and it was usually a unanimous vote, except for 1 year, he won. Yeah, it was 2-1 by the judges, but it wasn't a unanimous decision. Oh, but I think the most over the top year was when the National Guard showed up as a part of the display.
Wow.
I mean, like a tank or a Humvee or something like that. I mean, it was over the top. It was like the most fantastic thing that anyone has ever seen ever. They would have to get a permit from the city for the fireworks that took place as a part of his light display. When it came time to be judged for the Griswold Awards.
Oh, this was all Richard's stuff?
Yes.
I mean, that he got the National Guard? Whoa.
Yes. I mean, it was...
Boy, he knows somebody. He has people, let's tell.
But you want to talk about over-the-top, just fantastic displays, choreographed, the fireworks, the whole thing.
Oh, my.
Was when the Griswold Awards.
To see.
Yeah. But they haven't done the Griswold Awards in a few years.
Well, I know Cruces has a light show, a light parade, but it's the 3rd of July.
Yeah, okay.
Patriotic. And so then they, whatever you want to do on the 4th is okay. But I got to see it one time because I just happened to be over there. And and it could pertain to, ours or Carlsbad's or anybody else's that wants to do one. When they lit stuff up, you couldn't even see what was under all the lights. So, I mean, people, when you have a lighted parade, this is serious stuff. You put enough lights on it that, you just don't have your headlights and your taillights and maybe holding a candle. No.
It's pretty impressive, huh?
Oh, my gosh. They had rockets coming through that were draped in, because white stands, of course, always participated. Fabulous lighted, and then they killed the street lights, so it really had a wonderful effect,
Well, there's going to be a Light Up Artesia.
Yes.
Is the first Thursday after Thanksgiving. So most of the time it's the first Thursday in December. Although depending on the calendar, it could be the last Thursday in November. But it's always that Thursday after Thanksgiving. So this year it's December 2nd. And there'll be a parade, and there'll be, I hear Santa Claus is going to be here.
Well, and then there's vendors going to be downtown, and, what little businesses we have will be open and shopping.
You say that, and I was thinking about that the other day. We really have, in the COVID, I think, just accelerated the process.
Well,
I think we were headed that way.
Yeah.
I think we were headed that way just because of the overall trends of economy and
shopping online. You're killing the brick and mortar.
But we just we have a few, but we don't have anywhere near as many downtown merchants as what we used to have.
You've got on the north side of the street, you have Martha's.
Mm-hmm.
You have the bakery.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, I think Santa probably will be at the Ocotillo, but don't hold me to that.
I haven't heard specifically where
that's
he's going to be.
usually, but I'm not going to say for sure. And then you have Lazy Boy, furniture store.
Yeah.
That's it.
For retail.
And then further down, you've got Rugged Trade.
Right. And you go the other way, there's a cell phone store. And the travel place.
The Mercantile, Antique Mercantile, Benny's.
Mm-hmm.
The newsstand, B&B.
Right.
Gracie's.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's it, folks.
That's your downtown merchants.
That is set, in my only opinion, and there's 2 cents laying right there. They're not mine, but that's my opinion.
I found those at McDonald's on the floor, so I thought, well, here's your 2 cents worth.
There should not be anything but retail downtown.
Yeah.
Don't put real estate. Don't put loan offices. Don't, all of the other stuff. And now we have an empty building because one of the loan offices is gone.
Yeah.
We need retail. We don't need all these office buildings and chiropractors and lawyers and, whatever else is down there. That's taking up space that maybe a retail person could go in.
I don't disagree with you at all.
Mm-hmm.
However, if it's, do I have an empty building?
Yeah, I know.
Or do I wait for some retail place to show up and maybe be there a year or two before they disappear and then I've got an empty building again?
Yeah.
I think what we're probably going to see is a slow transition to a more working downtown area, meaning you live downtown and you work downtown, and there's a few
You'll have the
restaurants coffee shops and we may be moving in that kind of direction. We've got these condos over here, and then I'm kind of curious to see what other places might be developed into more of a residential
is now turned
thing.
Around more and has more retail over there.
Yep.
Which is it's taken forever. I mean, since the 17 years I've been here, it has fought to get that way.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know anything about how high the rent is or, how the landlord is. I know nothing. I just know it's taken a long time to get it built back up.
Yeah. But you're facing you're facing all these different factors, and you mentioned the online, which is a huge
terrible
factor.
Really.
That's affecting things, the big box stores and all the stuff that goes along with the big box stores. But then don't you dare take that big box store away, because if you took the big box store away, where would you buy all the stuff that you buy in the big box store, And then even the big box stores are having to convert to their online deal. Last time Walmart did an update to their app a while back, and it was like, I want to see what's in the store here. And it took me a while to figure out what's in the store here, because everything was driving towards buy it, and then we'll either ship it or tell you where you can go get it. So I don't think we're going to put the toothpaste back in the tub.
But if you're a tourist and you want to go check out, maybe tourists don't care. Maybe I'm the only person that does this. If I go to another town, I want to go to their downtown. I want to see what's there. I want the specialty shops.
Yeah.
And the unique little places. And sometimes I'll go in one and ask, because obviously they're not always all on Main Street. I said, do you have any gift shops? Do you have any specialty shops? Cute little, decor places, art galleries, whatever. Mm-hmm. No, they can't all be on Main.
Yeah.
But that's where a tourist is going to start. They're going to pull on their Main Street because it always, you can pick out a Main Street pretty much in any town.
Yeah.
And that's where you expect the cute stuff to be.
Right.
Of course, if you're in a big metropolitan area, you go to El Paso or Lubbock, there's malls. Mm-hmm. And that happened, and that killed downtown when those were built.
Yeah.
Because everybody went to the mall.
But again, this is not a new thing.
Back to the downtown.
Yeah,
area.
This is not a new thing. I can remember growing up, and this is long before the McMuffin was invented. I can remember the talk in downtown Clinton, Iowa, Because what had happened was the highway going out of town is where Target, Kmart, all of those big box stores, if you will, were building up in that part. That was where the shift was to the retail shopping area, and the downtown was just drying up. And one of their ideas was to enclose the street. Cut off the street, put the parking up on top, build this massive structure over the street to make it to where that's where you parked, and then turn it into an enclosed shopping mall. That didn't happen, obviously, but now we're seeing malls dying.
Yeah.
And you can go online, and Sal, what's his face, does the Dead Mall tour, and there's the retail archaeology guy that does the Dead Mall tour.
Sad.
You know what a lot of malls are turning into? They're turning into Amazon fulfillment centers.
Why, Lord, did you not tell me to buy stock when they were selling books out of the warehouse?
So they're going to the empty Sears or the empty J.C. Penney or the empty Macy's building, and they're turning it into a warehouse for Amazon and a fulfillment center. And so
I wonder if Jeff would send me some money.
No, but he'd be happy to send you to space if you give him some money.
He doesn't need it. What little I need, he wouldn't miss. He probably spends more than that on lunch.
So I mean, this thing has been going on.
Yeah,
I think the sad thing was the COVID kind of accelerated it. I was talking with somebody yesterday, and we were talking about how difficult it is to find people to fill certain jobs. Like we have sales positions open here in Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell. We can't find anybody that wants to apply. And in some businesses, people have gotten comfortable working at home.
Yeah.
They don't want to come back in to the office. They don't want to work in a job where they have to come into an office maybe or do something like that. We're seeing a lot of that.
Yeah. No, you need to get out of your house and out back into and see what real people are doing out there. Don't sit there in your pajamas and work from home.
Well, unfortunately, it sounds like that's what real people are doing nowadays.
But they're becoming very antisocial. That could be hazardous to your health, shall we say. Not good for you. Your social skills are going to go down the toilet real quick. Yes, you have to be on screen.
And they have.
People need an interaction with real people, not just on a flat screen.
Yeah.
You need real people. It's a health issue thing.
Yeah. No, I don't
need that.
I don't disagree.
Social interaction, not just on a screen or not just, plugged to your ear. You need that.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you entirely, but that's unfortunately
I know.
where we're going.
Well, some high-priced psychologist will come out with that one of the days, and he'll make megabucks telling you what I just did for free. That's a fact.
You need to be like Lucy on Peanuts and have
5 cents.
5 cents.
Psychiatrist is in 5 cents.
That's right.
Well,
but no, you're exactly right.
Sense,
yeah. Because it's all interacting and it's all affecting everything together, and it kind of makes you wonder. Downtowns and big cities used to be made up of office buildings with hundreds of workers coming in, commuting in and out, and then you had all of your specialty restaurants and your coffee shops and everything that were built around that small city of people, if you will, that come in and out of those buildings. So if you have a coffee shop in a big city downtown next to a bunch of office buildings and nobody's working in those office buildings, who comes and buys coffee from you? So you can just see how it's affected the economy.
An example, if you watch Hometown on HGTV, Ben and Aaron took their downtown and their little town and Laurel, Mississippi, and revived it. And now it has businesses that are coming in. And then HG put on that contest where if you were a small town and you needed help desperately to revive your community, your downtown, I think they got 5,000 entries to it.
I bet.
No, serious.
Yeah.
And somehow they picked Wetumpka. I have a hard time remembering how to say that when I look at the spelling.
Is this in Iowa?
Alabama?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure. Don't hold me to that, but it's not far, they could drive over there. But, and to revitalize their downtown. And I mean, even a coat of paint on some things helped. But then there was people that wanted, to open a business. And there was a business down there that was dying. And they went in and remodeled it, you might say, redid it and whatever. And fabulous for what she's done.
Well, and sometimes it's not the town's fault. Sometimes it's the retailer's fault.
Well, this was the highway caused, was not going through their community anymore.
Right.
But they did have some things that were, could be a destination. We have sculptures. And now we have a lot of murals. Those are destinations. If you advertise it right, it'll pull people off 285 or 82 to come and maybe spend some time. And, oh, my gosh, it's getting late. We got to eat. Hey, well, we've done that. It's dark now. Let's just stay all night.
Yeah.
So those could be the heads and beds that you're looking for.
And you can't say that Artesia has done nothing over the years to try to do that. You just mentioned some of the things that Artesia has done.
Yes, because you can always go over there to the derrick floor, and there's somebody there with a camera.
That's right.
Or reading the signs that they're the information, the history.
That's right.
That is a great Kodak moment. Don't talk about Kodak because it's a phone, I know, but it's generic like Kleenex.
But I even had somebody stop and ask me when Lon and I, one Sunday morning, we were sitting on the patio at a coffee shop drinking a cup of coffee, and a tourist Texan came by and said, "Are you from here?" And I didn't want to take it literally and say, well, not originally, but I said yes.
Yeah, we don't need to go into your life history detail. I just want to know what time it is. Don't tell me how to build a clock.
But they were amazed at the bronze sculptures. That's what they were really amazed and said, well, how many do you have? And,
quite a few.
And all that. Linda, we're getting close to the end of the segment here. I don't have anybody on the other side. If you wanted to stick around, we could talk a little bit more on about 15 minutes
while,
or so.
I guess we could.
I'll leave that totally up to you. But
I imagine there's got to be trash out there. Seriously, we can certainly,
Yeah, but I do need to take a break and then get Aaron on here for the market update and do that. And I will say this: if you've got Thanksgiving, and we won't be here next week because we're taking
of course not.
Day off.
And I wouldn't either. I want to sleep late.
That's
Friday.
Right. So you'll have to get your own blueberry muffin next week. But
it'll be withdrawal symptoms. Yes.
But if you have been tasked with bringing something to Thanksgiving dinner next week, how about a pumpkin pie cheesecake, a maple pecan pie, a pumpkin pie, an apple caramel pie.
That sounds yummy.
Maybe a pumpkin roll or a bag of a dozen dinner rolls. You have until tomorrow to order those from Kith & Kin here in downtown Artesia.
Formerly known as the Java House.
Yes.
Because people,
formerly known as some lighting store. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Have you been here since that was?
Yes.
I think it was Rob's
built
dad.
Cabinets, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So before that, but now it's Kith & Kin.
Yes.
And go in today or tomorrow. You can go on the website or you can walk in. The last day to order is tomorrow, but they'll be baking on Monday for the orders to be picked up Tuesday. They'll be baking on Tuesday for the orders to be picked up on Wednesday. They'll call you when your order is ready to go. And this is not the kind of stuff you get out of a box.
No, this is like from scratch.
And, doesn't come in on a truck. The ingredients may come in on the truck.
Well, yeah.
But they bake them there. They prepare the rolls there in the bakery at Kith & Kin.
Yeah, in case people didn't know, they have a person back there doing all this homemade bake stuff. I mean, they have their bakery in the back.
That's right.
And their ice creams. If you have not tried them, let me
What's
tell
your favorite?
Personally, I like the chocolate mint.
Okay.
Yes.
Coco Loco.
Okay.
We love the Coco Loco.
Now, I'm not opposed to Rocky Road. That's pretty dang good. But you can actually buy pints and take them home.
Yeah.
Now, not everybody knows that. But, yeah, if you want to buy ice cream, so do I. Gee, I'm an expert at junk food. So.
Well, this is gourmet junk food.
Yes, it is. But, they do have these. And all the ice creams are made there. They're not, they don't come in a tub and they scoop them out and put them in another container.
That's right.
No, they're made there.
That's right.
So
go by Kith & Kin, get your order in today or tomorrow for next week for Thanksgiving. Pies and rolls for Thanksgiving.